Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the English Learning Podcast. I'm Jason, your host, and as always, I'm here with my wonderful co-host, Julia. Hi, Julia.
Hi, Jason. Hi, everyone. I'm really excited about today's topic because I know so many English learners struggle with this.
That's right. Today we're going to talk about something that almost every English learner finds difficult, and that is how to improve your English listening skills.
Oh, yes, listening can be really frustrating. You watch a movie and you understand nothing. You listen to a native speaker and it feels like they're speaking super fast.
Exactly. Many students say, Jason, I know grammar, I know vocabulary, but when someone speaks, I can't understand. Does that sound familiar to you?
I think the biggest problem is that learners try to understand every single word, and when they miss one word, they panic.
Yes, that panic feeling is very common. But here's the good news, listening is a skill. And like any skill, you can train it. You can improve it step by step.
And in today's episode, we're going to explain why listening feels difficult, the biggest mistakes learners make, and most importantly, simple and practical techniques you can start using today.
Exactly. And by the end of this episode, you will have a clear plan to improve your listening every single day, even if you only have 10 minutes.
So if you sometimes feel nervous when listening to English, or if you think native speakers talk too fast, don't worry. This episode is for you.
Stay with us, relax, and let's start improving your English listening skills together. All right, so first, let's understand something very important. Listening is usually the hardest skill in English. Not speaking, not reading, listening.
Yes! Many learners actually read English very well. They can understand texts, messages, even books. But when someone speaks, everything suddenly becomes confusing.
And the reason is simple spoken English is very different from written English.
Exactly. In books, every word is clear and separated, but in real conversations, words connect together. Native speakers don't say, "What are you doing?" They say, "What you doing?"
Right. So learners try to listen word by word, but native speakers speak in sound groups, not individual words.
Another big problem is speed. Students think native speakers speak fast.
But actually, most of the time, they're speaking at a normal speed. The brain just isn't trained yet to recognize the sounds.
Yes, your brain is still translating. You hear a word, then you translate it into your language, then you understand, and while you're thinking, the speaker already said 5 more words.
That's why you feel lost after just one sentence.
And also accents. British, American, Australian, even different people pronounce words differently.
So remember this. Listening is not only vocabulary knowledge, it is sound recognition, plus speed processing, plus meaning understanding.
And the good news is, once your ears get trained, listening suddenly becomes much easier.
Exactly. You don't need more talent. You just need the right method. All right, Julia. Now let's talk about the biggest mistake English learners make when they practice listening.
Oh yes, and this mistake is very, very common.
The biggest mistake is this: trying to understand every single word.
Yes. Many students believe that good listening means 100% understanding. So when they miss one word, they panic.
And when they panic, their brain stops focusing on the message.
Exactly. Imagine someone says, "Yesterday I went to the mall and bought a new jacket because it was on sale." If you don't understand the word sale, many learners stop listening and think, "What is sale? What is sale?" And while they are thinking, the speaker continues talking.
And now you missed the next sentence, too.
Another big mistake is translating in your head.
Yes, this is very important. If you translate every sentence into your language, you will always be slow.
Listening is not translation. Listening is understanding the idea.
For example, if someone says, "I'm starving," you don't need to translate word by word. You just need to understand, "Oh, this person is very hungry."
Exactly. Focus on meaning, not perfection.
So remember this rule. You do not need to understand every word. You need to understand the main idea.
When you change this mindset, your listening becomes much less stressful.
All right, now let's move to the first practical step to improve your listening skills. And this step is very simple. It's called passive listening.
Passive listening sounds easy, but what does it really mean?
Passive listening means you listen to English without trying too hard to understand everything. You just let the English enter your ears.
So basically, no pressure?
Exactly. No pressure, no pausing every second, no dictionary, just listening.
That sounds relaxing, actually.
It is, and it works, because your brain needs time to get familiar with English sounds, rhythm, and pronunciation.
So this is like training your ears before training your brain?
Perfectly said. At the beginning, your ears are not used to English sounds, but when you listen every day, even in the background, your brain slowly starts recognizing patterns.
So what can learners listen to?
Podcasts, YouTube videos, short conversations, interviews, anything at your level. You can listen while cooking, walking, cleaning your room, or driving.
And they don't have to understand everything?
Number. Even if you understand only 30% at first, that's okay. The goal here is exposure.
So how long should they do passive listening daily?
Even 5 to 10 minutes every day can make a big difference. Consistency is more important than intensity.
So step 1 is simple. Listen more. Relax. Let your ears adapt.
Exactly. Before you try to understand fast English, you must first get comfortable hearing it. Now that your ears are getting familiar with English through passive listening, it's time for the real training, active listening.
So this is the part where we actually improve fast, right?
Exactly. Passive listening builds comfort, but active listening builds skill.
Okay, Jason, so how do learners do active listening correctly?
We use a simple 5-step method. Very powerful, very practical. Step 1. Listen without pausing. First, play the audio and do not pause. Just listen normally and try to catch the main idea.
So don't touch the replay button every second?
Yes, no stopping. Train your brain to follow the speaker naturally. Step 2. Listen again for meaning. Now, listen a second time. This time, focus more. Ask yourself, what are they talking about?
Not vocabulary, just the topic and message.
Perfect. Step 3. Listen for details. Third time, now try to catch important words, numbers, names, or key information.
So now we start noticing more things?
Exactly. Your brain is warming up. Step 4. Check the transcript. Now you can read subtitles or transcript and see what you missed.
This is where learning really happens. Step 5. Final listening.
Listen one more time after reading. Suddenly, everything becomes clear.
Yes, it feels like the speaker became slower.
But actually, your brain became faster.
So instead of listening to 20 random videos, learners should study one short audio deeply.
Exactly. Depth beats quantity. Now let's talk about one of the biggest complaints learners have. Native speakers talk too fast.
Yes, students always say that, but sometimes the speaker is not actually fast.
Exactly. The real problem is something called connected speech words joined together in natural conversation.
So instead of hearing separate words, we hear one long sound.
Right. For example, what are you doing? Becomes, what you doing?
And did you eat? Sounds like did ya eat?
Perfect examples. Native speakers naturally shorten sounds to speak smoothly. Common reductions. Let's look at a few very common ones. Want to wanna going to gonna let me, to lemme, give me, to gimme.
So learners know the words, but they don't recognize the sound.
Exactly. Your brain is waiting for going to, but here's gonna, so it thinks it's a new word. Mini practice. All right, listeners, quick practice. Julia, say this sentence naturally.
I'm gonna call you later.
Did you hear going to? Probably not. But you understood the meaning.
So the goal is not hearing perfect words. It's recognizing natural pronunciation.
When you learn connected speech, suddenly English feels slower and clearer.
So the speaker didn't change, your listening ability changed.
Now let's talk about subtitles, because many learners use them but not in the right way.
Yes, some students turn on subtitles immediately and read everything.
And when you read all the time, you are practicing reading, not listening.
Exactly. Your eyes become stronger, but your ears stay weak. The three-stage subtitle method.
So here's the smart way to use subtitles. It's a simple three-stage method. Stage 1, no subtitles. Listen first, without subtitles. Focus only on understanding the main idea.
Even if you don't understand much?
Yes, that's normal. Stage 2, English subtitles. Now turn on English subtitles and check what you missed.
Not subtitles in your language, English subtitles.
Exactly. This connects sound with correct spelling. Stage 3, no subtitles. Again. Finally, turn subtitles off and listen one more time. Exactly. This connects sound with correct spelling. Stage 3, no subtitles. Again. Finally, turn subtitles off and listen one more time.
And this time it feels easier.
Because your brain already learned the pattern.
So subtitles are not bad, but overusing them is bad.
Perfectly said. Now that we've talked about listening techniques, let's discuss vocabulary, one of the key factors in understanding English faster.
Yes. Many learners know a lot of words in their notebook, but they still can't understand native speakers.
Exactly. The problem is that listening requires active vocabulary words and phrases your brain can recognize immediately when spoken.
So what's the best way to build this listening vocabulary?
First, focus on phrases, not single words. Native speakers don't say words one by one. They say chunks like, "How's it going? What's up? I'm not sure."
So when we hear a full phrase, it's easier to understand meaning instead of translating word by word.
Exactly. Second, learn high-frequency words and expressions. These are the words you hear in daily conversations, movies, podcasts, and YouTube videos.
And the third tip?
Try to guess meaning from context. Even if you don't know a word, use the sentence and situation to understand it.
So step 5 is learn phrases, focus on common words, and use context to understand new words.
Yes, this helps your brain recognize English faster, which makes listening much easier. All right, Julia, Now let's give our listeners a simple daily routine they can follow, even if they have just 10 minutes a day.
Perfect. Many learners feel they don't have time, but 10 minutes is enough if you do it correctly.
Here's a very effective 10-minute routine. Step 1, 2 minutes. Passive listening. Listen to English in the background while walking, cooking, or doing chores. No pressure, just exposure.
So just let your ears absorb the sounds. Step 2, 4 minutes. Active listening. Pick a short audio or video clip. Listen carefully for the main idea and details. Use the active listening steps we talked about earlier.
This is the real training part. Focus and repeat if needed. Step 3, 2 minutes. Repeat and shadowing repeat phrases after the speaker. Try to mimic pronunciation, rhythm, and intonation.
This helps your brain connect listening with speaking. Step 4, 2 minutes. Quick summary speaking. Summarize aloud what you just listened to. It can be one sentence or a few words.
This reinforces understanding and builds confidence.
So just 10 minutes a day, passive, active, shadowing, and summarizing. Consistency matters more than long sessions.
Exactly. Small daily habits create big improvements over time. Julia, we've shared so many techniques today, but I think the most important thing is confidence.
Absolutely. Even if you practice a lot, many learners feel nervous when listening to real English.
Remember this, you don't need to understand 100%. Understanding the main idea is enough, especially at first.
Yes, progress is invisible at first. You may not notice improvement immediately, but your brain is learning every day.
And here's the best part, as your listening improves, your speaking improves automatically.
So don't be afraid to make mistakes or not understand everything. Listen, enjoy, and trust the process.
Exactly. Consistency, patience, and positivity are your best friends in learning English. All right, Julia, let's quickly summarize what we learned today.
Yes. First, we understood why listening is difficult, fast speech, connected words, and trying to understand every word.
Then we learned the biggest mistake, focusing on every single word instead of the main idea.
After that, we shared practical steps. Train your ears with passive listening. Improve skills with active listening. Understand connected speech. Use subtitles smartly. Build listening vocabulary. Follow a 10-minute daily routine.
And finally, we talked about confidence, don't panic. Don't aim for 100%. Just enjoy listening and trust your brain.
If you start using these techniques every day, your English listening will improve and your speaking will follow.
Exactly. And now it's your turn. Start today, pick a short audio, follow our steps, and share your progress in the comments.
Yes, we love hearing from you. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss our tips.
Thank you for listening, and we'll see you in the next episode of the English Learning Podcast.